Hey, Dionne here for you and me and a cup of tea. So last week I told you that I was going to share some books with you, and to be quite honest, it was hard for me to just pick a few of the books that I wanted to share with you, because I'm the type of person that if I've read a book, or I listen to a lot of books nowadays, because I have a lot of driving to do, so I like to have an audiobook or two or three going at one time. But what I found is that if the book has really made a difference in my life, then I tend to go back and reread it. So today I'm just going to give you two that I find are in continual rotation. And then if you like this series, then every so often I'll come back and revisit. But you'll have to let me know that you like this by giving me a thumbs up or by making a comment when you see this video. And I would also love to hear your book recommendations too. If something that you think that might interest me in personal development, goddess spirituality, fiction. I tend to read series of books as well, fiction. So yeah, just pop those in the comments below too. Okay, so the first book I'm going to recommend, and I don't have a physical copy of this, I have it on my Kindle. It's called Circle of Stones, Woman's Journey to Herself by Judith Duerk, and that's what the cover looks like. And what I love about this book is that it really is a book of healing. And I want to read this one review for the Circle of Stone. It says, "This is a book about women helping women, about mentoring and bonding, and about the sacredness of women being there for each other at all stages of life. It deals directly and gently with a woman's pain, depression, sorrow, and tears, reconsecrating them as valid. It is a book that touches women's souls and helps to heal." And I found that so true for me as well. Even though I've been doing a lot of personal development, even though I've been doing a lot of priestess work and goddess work and divine feminine work, I found that this book really touched me in places that I didn't realize that I had wounding in. I highly recommend that you get multiple copies and maybe even start a woman's book club with this book. In the back, I believe, and let me go to it really quick. Yes, in the back of the book, it has reading group suggestions for Circle of Stones, so it gives you kind of a template and outline of things to discuss with other women that you're reading. But really, even if you read this by yourself, I cannot recommend this one enough. And make sure that you have a journal handy when you're reading this, because I found as I was going through and reading it, at the end of each chapter she says she has some questions, and I want to share a little bit. Hang on a second. At the end of it, and this especially touched me because at the time that this book came into my life, I was still processing the death of my mother. So she says, "How might your life have been different if there had been a place for you? A place of women where you were received and affirmed. A place where other women, perhaps somewhat older, had been affirmed before you, each in her time affirmed as she struggled to become more truly herself. A place where after the fires were lit and drumming and the silence, there would be a hush of expectancy filling the entire chamber. A knowing that each woman there was leaving old conformity to find herself. A sense that all of womanhood stood at the threshold." And that's just a little taste of what is going on here. I would have loved to have a space to go to, especially after my mother passed away. A space to go to to have other women mother me while I was processing that grief. It would have been so healing, and I think my grief would be, if I had been able to have a space of women who acknowledged my grief and helped me to kind of see how I had just held space for me to be able to see myself how I was being put back together after the passing of my mom. That would have been huge for me. It would have been enormous for me. So, like I said, this book is great if you want to read it just on your own, but I think it's really, truly powerful if you can get a group of women friends together and read this book together with some people that you really love. And again, that was Circle of Stones, A Woman's Journey Unto Herself, A Woman's Journey to Herself by Judith Duerk. And again, that's the cover. The other book that is rocking my world right now is McCarthy's A Path to Wealth, 7 Spiritual Steps for Financial Abundance. A Path to Wealth. What's rocking my world about this book is that we all have heard about keeping a gratitude journal, right? Being grateful. This actually gives you physical action steps to how to write your gratitude journal, in your gratitude journal, and with a gratitude letter. I have been using this book since January of this year, and it was highly recommended to me, and I got the audiobook and I loved it so much that I got the Kindle book so that I could bookmark and thumb through and go back to parts that really resonated with me, and then come back to other parts of it at another time just to see how I am progressing since the last time I had listened to it or read it. And this book is so good because it's not just the way that she's got it laid out really is geared towards financial abundance. But what I have found is that by following her 7 simple steps, I've noticed abundance in all areas of my life. It isn't just around financial abundance. See, we can't make changes to our financial, and I have never met anybody who does not want to make changes to their financial life, right? Nobody teaches us how to make changes in our financial life in school necessarily. And if we didn't have parents who taught us how to manage money and how to work with money, then we don't know, right? So this was more than just working with money. This was me shifting my awareness into seeing how I am financially abundant all over the place. Because like it or not, for better or worse, we are in a relationship with money, and we really got to do better, know better so that we can do better, So this book was really, really good at helping me to have a framework to really look at the things that I'm grateful for. And let me see if I can find just a little excerpt here to read for you. Preface. So I just wanted to read this little bit. As you practice the steps in these books, you'll have new experiences that increase your fun, ease, and success. You'll gain insight about your purpose. You'll discover how to successfully navigate ups and downs in your business and your life. Perhaps best of all, you'll eliminate old behaviors that have kept you from the experiences that you really want. This book describes universal principles you can use to create a true partnership with an all-knowing power that is prepared to guide you. This power is within you and knows what is necessary for you to receive what you want. You'll learn the job descriptions for both yourself and your partner, freeing you to do your part while trusting that your partner is handling the heavy lifting. You'll no longer have to carry the burden of doing everything yourself. You have a partner that can help you. Different backgrounds and traditions use different names to describe the all-knowing power of the universe: infinite intelligence, the universe, spirit, God, goddess, truth, etc. Whatever you call this power, I believe it is the same universal energy that flows through us all. Because I believe there is a intelligent and divine source that created the one and only you, you must, by your very nature, have something to offer the world that is unique and remarkable. I believe this higher power wants to support your efforts and enable you to receive all that you want easily and joyfully. You deserve to have these good things. This book teaches you the simple steps to receiving the good that you desire. So, yeah, like I said before, I highly recommend this book. It's a very conversational tone. I felt like I was sitting and just listening to her just surely as I would listen to any audiobooks or any lecture, but I felt empowered to take action on the steps, not just to read this book and go, oh yeah, that's nice. So for me, it was a huge shift, and it really is helping me with my goal, with one of my other goals of really becoming more in partnership with my money. So those are the two books that I have recommended for you. I highly recommend that you check them out. If you are on my YouTube channel, I will put the links down below. If you're watching this on Facebook, I will put the links in the comments section there. And again, if you have any books that are rocking your world right now, I would love to hear about them. You can leave me a message down below, and I will, if I haven't already read them, I will add them to my wish list. Thanks for watching, and next week I'm going to share with you my planner. I have a love affair. If you haven't noticed on Facebook, me taking all these pictures, I have a love affair with my Hobonichi, and I've always loved paper planners. For a long time. I could go into talking about it right now, but I'll do another video next week for you on my planner system and how I use it to help my dreams come true. We'll talk to you later. Bye.